From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Eds Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Happy holidays from Weather NorCal and our sponsors. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger from Weather NorCal. Thank you so much for joining us for your morning update. We're going to start off with our weather headlines, and they really haven't changed much since yesterday because it's that dry and mild start to the week. It was yesterday. It'll be again here for today. And we do expect a drier pattern for the rest of the week, but not completely dry. Our next chance for showers will be Wednesday, and then a better chance for rain across the board as we take you into your Friday. So here's your Krueger's Quickcast for your Tuesday, December 31st, your New Year's Eve forecast. We take you out the door here for today, and of course we're looking at those temperatures in the mid-30s for the valley. It's cold in the mountains, could even see some patchy fog, especially for some of those mountain and inland valleys here. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast here for today. What we're going to notice here is through the afternoon in particular, we'll see just some of those high and mid-level clouds coming in. Now, as early as this afternoon, evening, we may start to see some showers here for parts of Del Norte County. And then overnight tonight, we'll start to see that kind of spread eastward. Places like Siskiyou County, Trinity County, and of course, off to the north and west could see some of that activity as well. And then, of course, that will continue to overspread going through the day on Wednesday, which will take a closer look in your deeper dive forecast here in just a bit. But the wind's not too bad today, actually, about 5 to 10 miles per hour for most everyone. But they will start to increase later on this evening and tonight for the coast. And really, most of the winds, even through Wednesday, will be along the coast as well. So for today, temperatures are going to be generally in the low 50s. No big changes, really. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s for the higher elevations, and we're talking temperatures in the low 50s along the coast. All right, let's go and take a look at your 7-day outlook. So, for the valley, we're dry today. We could see some showers here for Wednesday, maybe Red Bluff. You'll notice I've got a chance in there for Chico because it doesn't look like we may even see any rain. Maybe even Red Bluff may be hard-pressed to see any rainfall as well. And even Redding won't see much. Thursday, for the most part, I expect a break. Maybe some activity in Redding again on Thursday, but once again, those chances will be even slimmer than what we'll see for Wednesday. And then Friday, I think that's the best chance for everybody in the valley to see some of that rain, really everyone in Northern California. And it's dry for the weekend and dry going into early next week. Now for the coast, once we see the chance for showers kick in on Wednesday, that'll continue off and on through the weekend. But now I'm beginning to see signs that maybe you'll be taking the chance for rain out for the weekend too. It's mainly going to be for Wednesday through Friday with a slim chance going into the weekend. For Siskiyou, Modoc, and the Eastern Mountains, I think Modoc County, Eastern Mountains may see that break on Thursday with better chances coming in on Friday. And as I mentioned, maybe, just maybe, a slight chance here over the weekend. All right, that is Krueger's Quickcast. Hope you have yourselves a great day. Stick around for a deeper dive forecast. And we're going to start with some of those rainfall totals for the season. You know, a lot of you have been asking on social media how we're doing for this season. Well, let's take a look at that. The rainfall season started in October 1st of this year. How much have we seen so far? Well, at the Redding Airport, 19.13 inches. That's 169% of average for the season. Well above where we were this time last year. Let's take out to Red Bluff, 191% for the season here. We were only 74% this time last year. We take you out to the coast in Eureka, 23.03, that's 155%. Last year, we were under 100 at 88%. Let's take you out to Crescent City, where we're at 130%. Last year, just under 100%. You see what's happening here? We were doing a lot better. We're doing a lot better this year than we were this time last year, because you can see even from Mount Shasta City, 142% of average for the season. Last year, we were at 77. And last but not least, El Turris. Kind of hard to believe that 5.3 inches is 152% of the season, but as we typically see, we just don't typically see a lot of rain off towards the north and east in Modoc County. Last year, we were at 79%. So we are doing great when it comes to that. And on top of that, we've seen the lake all the lakes have been rising here in the last month or two. So we're just doing great with the lakes. We're doing great with the snowpack. We're doing great with our rainfall season. We can't complain. Now, we do have our next chance for showers here on Wednesday. You can see more of a broad area of this moisture kind of aimed at Northern California. But most of it, I think, is going to be to the north and west. And we'll take a closer look at that on Futurecast here in just a bit. But you can see the next very thin band of moisture. But you see there's an area of low pressure, a fairly deep trough of low pressure, stronger area of low pressure. This is the reason why I expect to see more rain on Friday. And then going into the weekend, you can see a little batch of moisture here, another one coming in on Sunday, and then by Monday, that completely gets cut off from that. But that's why I'm continuing to keep that slight chance over the weekend. But when we look at the longer range forecast, you'll see those chances are pretty slim. Now, again, we talk about the atmospheric rivers as part of the story. Where's the moisture coming from with the rain? Well, as you can see here, yesterday, no atmospheric rivers. Today, we're seeing one approach, and then as we go to Wednesday, now you'll see here, AR1 category. That's essentially where we are with all of these. The strongest, as it gets very close to AR2 category, will be Thursday into Friday, and then, of course, it starts to drop again after that. All right, so again, just a quick reminder of what these categories are, because not all atmospheric rivers are the same. A lot of the ones that make the media and the headlines are when we start getting into AR3, AR4, and 5. Typically not the AR1 and AR2. But that's essentially what we're looking at. And again, to give you an idea where we were last week with the atmospheric rivers, we were between AR2 and AR3. Nowhere near AR4 or 5. This week, we're going to be more like AR1, as you saw, barely touching that AR2 category quite possibly by the time we get to the end of the week. So you get the idea here. That's why we don't expect to see as much rainfall this week as we did last week, despite the fact that we do have that chance for rain in there. So let's take a look at those chances for rain. Now today, it's going to be dry, with the exception of maybe this afternoon, Del Norte County getting on some activity, and then overnight, it starts to spread eastward. So as we go into 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, you see how it's just barely reaching the north end of the valley. Up north, you can see some snow flurries from Modoc, Siskiyou, and of course the heavier rainfall along the coast. But look at by noon. You see how we're seeing most of it in Redding. We may see a stray sprinkle try to make its way into places like Corning and Chico and Red Bluff. But as you can see, we're just not seeing much south of Redding. And even Redding not seeing much. And really not even seeing much here in the eastern mountains either. That's noon today. Then as we progress through time going into Wednesday 5 p.m., fairly dry off to the east. Most of it's to the north and west. Redding may see a few straight showers, but again, fairly dry for Red Bluff, Corning, Chico, Willows, Oroville. Just not much down to the south. There's a chance that through the day tomorrow, places like Corning, Chico, Willows may not even see a drop of rain. But we could see some measurable rainfall around Redding, and of course, a lot more rain to the north and west. And as we take you into Wednesday night, you see how we're seeing more of that rain for Redding, maybe Red Bluff. But once again, Corning, Chico, Oroville, Willows, most likely dodging it. And then the other, of course, activity is up to the north and, of course, to the north and west. For Thursday morning, look what's happening. You see how we're seeing most of the rain to the north and west of the valley. I think there's a very good chance that's where it's mostly going to stay for Thursday. We may see some of that stray shower activity for parts of the valley, in particular around Redding. But again, for the most part, should be dry on Thursday for the valley. Maybe some of that spreading eastward into parts of Modoc County and the eastern mountains. But you get the idea. Most of it's going to be the north and west of the valley here. Looking at the rainfall forecast totals through 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, we're getting close to 0.2 of an inch of rainfall in Redding. And quite honestly, that might be overdoing it. But look at here. It's not picking up on any measurable rainfall for Red Bluff, Chico, or Willows. But a little bit off to the east, and where's most of it? Look at that, we're almost at 2 inches out in Crescent City, and about an inch out in Eureka. Look at that, 1.9 out in Hoopa. So yeah, some good rainfall heading off to the north and west through Wednesday night. Snow, well, we may see it get down to about 3,500 feet, so that's why we could maybe see that rain-snow mix from Mount Shasta, overdoing it for Dunsmuir, probably mainly in the form of rain. El Turris, yeah, you might see a light dusting there. But you can see you have to go up pretty high in elevation before you start seeing close to even a foot of snow. The dark blues and those pinks, that's about a foot of snow right there. All right, so let's take a look at the ski park. But of course, as we go through the day tomorrow, we don't have any rain or snow in the forecast. So that's why we don't have any accumulation of snow there. But As we go into Wednesday, look at that. Out at the base of the ski park, 5,500 feet, about 2 inches, and maybe about 7.8 inches out towards the summit of the ski park. So not a ton of snow, but snow nonetheless. That's always a welcome sight out of the ski park. All right, so we look at the timing through Wednesday night. So there's that system on Wednesday. You can see a little bit more activity coming in on Thursday. There's Thursday around 3 p.m. Again, most of it to the north and west of the valley. This right here is Friday's system. Though what you'll notice with Friday's system, again, we saw it was a very thin band of moisture, but that's all it takes, especially when you have a deep trough of low pressure like this. It's a stronger area of low pressure, so that's going to allow us to see more rainfall. You see that? The stronger that storm system is, the more we can kind of get that rain out of it. So that's probably also going to help to increase those winds on Friday as well. So that's the heavier rainfall coming in Friday. And then really look at this for Saturday, Sunday. You see how we're not seeing much in the way of rain there? And that, of course, continues into Monday of next week. So there's a chance we may be taking that chance for showers out of the forecast here over the next day or so for the weekend. And most of the rain, and really what I'm seeing here is this. Wednesday is the day that we'll see our first batch of moisture, the best chances for showers for most of us, not everyone though, in particular the south end of the valley, most likely saying dry Wednesday. And then a bigger system coming in on Friday, as you saw here in Futurecast, with everyone getting in on some of that measurable rainfall. And then after that, there's not much coming in for the weekend and even going into early next week. Looking at the long range, I mean, we're getting these darker and darker browns here. The darker the brown gets, the better the chances we have at seeing below normal rainfall. And that looks to be the case here as we start January 5th through the 9th. And we're still within that warmer than normal category. So any precipitation we do see will keep those snow levels fairly high. I mean, at times getting down to about 3,500 feet, but mostly above that. And the winds mainly for the coast. Because as we take you into Wednesday morning, look at the calm winds, but look at the coast. Fairly strong winds there. That continues through the day on Wednesday, not so much everywhere else. However, some of these exposed mountain ridges off to the east, maybe some gusty winds there. And that'll probably continue into Thursday morning, but everyone else, fairly calm winds. So it's mainly the coast that's seeing those stronger winds. Now the wave heights are expected to drop here for today, for the coast. So that's certainly good news. No small craft advisories or anything of that nature. However, look at that. By Wednesday, we're starting to see that begin to pick back up again. So eventually maybe more small craft advisories. All right, so for today in Trinity County, look for temperatures in the mid to upper 40s for your daytime highs. We take out to the north coast, 52 degrees for Blue Lake, 52 in Garberville. And as I mentioned, once we start Wednesday, the better chances as we go through the rest of the week. And as I mentioned, there's a chance I may be taking that rain out of the forecast over the weekend in the next day or so. But there you can see temperatures are going to be the low to mid 50s here along the coast. Siskiyou County, we're looking at 36 for Wairika, 39 in Gazelle, 39 for Tennant, and Etna, about 40 degrees. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast for today, a high of 39 degrees for Alturas, 38 for Tule Lake, and 39 degrees for Aden. And the Eastern Mountains, 39 out in Fall River Mills, 35 for Westwood, and 48 degrees in Shingletown. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Your temperatures in the low 50s, 52 degrees in Corning, 52 for Durham, and Biggs about 51. I take you up to the north, about 54 degrees for Reading, 51 in Whiskeytown, and Red Bluff, a high of about 53 degrees. All right, so let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for Reading. There it is, dry today. There's that chance for showers on Wednesday. Don't count on much. It should, for the most part, be dry on Thursday, but if you see a stray sprinkle on Thursday, don't be surprised. Better chances for measurable rainfall on Friday. But then after that, we should dry things out for the weekend and keep it dry as we go into early next week. Well, that's your morning update. This will be my last forecast for this week. I won't be back until next Friday. So not this Friday, but a week after this coming Friday. In the meantime, we've got a new member here at Weather NorCal. Her name is Kelly Rawson. Meteorologist Kelly Rawson will be here at noon and then again at 6 o'clock this evening. Also filling in while I'm gone is, of course, Chase Wilson. He will be here sometimes during the week and also, of course, filling in for the weekends. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Keep checking the latest forecast with Kelly Rawson and with Chase Wilson through the next week and a half or so. And I'll be back on Friday. Until then, have a great day and a Happy New Year.
Wiggly Mouth. Woggy mouth.
No.
Painting.
Wiggy mouth.
It's Woogie Moth painting.
It's Wogamoth painting, and yes, we'll paint anything.